Alright, World Strength Games is now less than 5 weeks away. Unfortunately, I picked up a little bit of a hip injury at Miami's Baddest, so today's just going to be about some mobility work to hopefully speed up the healing process. And while I'm doing that, I thought I'd give a recap on how things went down in Miami. So, the number one question, did I zero another overhead event? Yeah. Yeah, from the warm-ups, I really thought the 285 was there. I don't know if it was just that I went too heavy too close or if it was just nerves, but it just didn't happen. And if you're wondering about my knee sleeves, I literally just forgot to pull them up, but I don't think it made a difference. But nobody else in 120 got a rep either, so I don't feel too bad. Now for the event, I was probably the most excited to get to do the 1,000-pound yoke. It went exactly as I predicted. I'd said all along that my goal was just to pick that thing up and take steps. And I made it about 13 feet, which I was okay with. Ben Mahoney was able to pick it up, and I believe he ended up moving it a couple of feet. And Chris Steffes blew us both out of the water. He moved the yoke the full distance with, I'm pretty sure, fewer drops than either Ben or me. Between the 120s and the super heavyweights, I believe there were a total of 9 guys that got under the 1,000-pound yoke that day, and he was one of only 3 to finish. Again, he normally competes at 105, and I believe he told me he was somewhere around 240 that morning, so 108 kilos, I guess. So for his weight class, I'm pretty sure Chris has got to be one of the best yokers in the state right now. So the carry medley was even harder than I'd anticipated.
I'm really liking those leggings. I hope they make them for men. Lean back, man! Lean back! Woo! Good job, Danny! Go, go, go! Sets down the implement. You can tell how long they've been competing. They do the jazz hands. Let's get behind our far lane over there, folks.
Pick it up! Keep it coming!
Grip the front of the keg. Let's get behind Brittany in our middle lane.
Come on, you got this!
Excellent. Let's get behind Renee, folks. Come on, Renee. Step, step, step.
Ben had gone before me, and he started off with a keg, and he got a length with it. but then when he came back, he wasn't able to lap the sandbag. And at that point, the strategy I concocted in my head was to start with the sandbag, because I knew for a fact I could get a length with that, then come back, just get the keg off the line, and that would beat Ben, and then just fight it as far as I could and pray that it would be enough to beat Chris. I'd actually been planning on shouldering the sandbag and carrying it that way, but I found in warm-ups that the sandbag we were using was quite loose, so I opted to just go with the front carry like everybody else. And again, because of the looseness of the bag, it made the pick kind of awkward, but as soon as I stood up with it, my arms just sunk into the sandbag and secured it perfectly. But when it came to carrying the keg, I immediately wish I'd practiced that more, because yeah, there's definitely a technique to it that I haven't mastered yet. I actually did end up being able to beat Ben on that event, but yeah, Chris was able to get a full length with the keg, but that was as far as he got. Yeah, if I remember correctly, when it came to the open classes, you could count the number of people that were able to finish that medley on one hand. So yeah, it was brutal. As I'm sure you've noticed by now, my mobility is not so great. I'm honestly not sure I'll be able to pull this next one off. And yeah, that part. So there's no video of it because it was in the warm-ups. But I'd hit 190, 280, 370, 460. All was feeling great. I was super confident I was going to win the event, no problem. But then I took one last warm-up single at 550. And as soon as I initiated the pull, I could tell I was offset on the axle. I was to the right a little bit. And it was still coming up easy, but then as soon as I locked it out, I felt like I got electrocuted in my glute, like right near the tailbone. So I hobbled off. The area immediately got super tight and sore. I tried some of my usual stretches, did absolutely nothing. And God bless Junkyard. I mean, most people in the Florida strongman community have heard of him, but for those who haven't, he's an 80-kilo competitor who's been around a long, long time and is regarded as a very good coach. And to my understanding, he's actually competed at quite a high level. I'm also like 95% sure I know his real name, but I'm not sure how he'd feel about me putting it out there. But yeah, he took me outside and he had me on my back. And he spent about 5 minutes massaging points and putting me through a bunch of stretches. I mean, he did the best he could with the time we had. And by the time I got up, I was feeling better, but still very much feeling it. And at that point, my turn had actually already passed, and they moved on to the super heavyweights. But Zach went and talked to Mike De La Pava and explained the situation, and Mike agreed to bring the weight back down and let me have my shot.
All day, Zaga. Come on. Let's go, Dennis! Tail is unimpressed. That dog is very active. I need you to press that dog, Zaga. Let's go.
Yeah, I was not feeling confident about that at all. But at that point, Junkyard had already put the work that he did into me. Zach sucked his neck out for me. Mike agreed to make an exception. The guys had already brought the weight back down, so I had to try. But yeah, as soon as I strapped up to the axle and got in position, I knew. I ended up not doing the Stone event at all. First time I've ever pulled out of a show. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I've actually got a flat foot, so doing those on one side is a lot harder than the other. Anyway, what I'm pretty sure I've got is probably a tweak to my SI joint. I'm now 3 days past it, and it's actually improved quite a bit. We've all been bitten by the iron snake at some point. When you do what we do long enough, it's inevitable. This isn't the first time for me, and it ain't gonna be the last. But I'll be good as new in no time, and I'll catch you in the next one.